these foods, if you have them regularly, small amounts regularly, will have a significant impact on your immune system and your gut microbiome. This is raw unpasteurized honey, a clear jar, and you put about 10 or 12 cloves of garlic in it, exactly like this. And amazingly, after a few days, the microbes in the garlic transform the honey. They start eating the honey, and that produces the perfect environment for these microbes. They soften the garlic, they take away the hard taste of it, and it's a delicious either hors d'oeuvre, or you can blend it up and it's perfect for a salad dressing.
Can I have a smell?
Well, you've got to try one.
Oh, that's exciting. Oh, they're quite hard, aren't they?
The whole garlic cloves, just go for it.
I'm going to go for it. All right. I'm not sure that I'm going to be invited back in the house later tonight. Well, that's pretty good. Nothing like as strong as the garlic is if I'd eaten that raw.
Well, that's how microbes transform foods into something completely different.
And the honey tastes different as well.
Yes, they're both different. I didn't add anything to that.
You literally just threw garlic in honey.
That's it.
That's the recipe even I could do.
Exactly. So everyone can ferment if they really want to at home.
That's really surprising. So this is where you're saying these microbes do these amazingly complicated things. You just put it in the jar and you left it.
It's mixed, the microbes and the garlic sitting there bored, doing nothing, but you wake them up with surrounding them with honey and they go crazy and they come out and they transform the honey, and that in turn transforms the garlic into a completely different dish. And I tell you, if you blend that up and you have that in your salad dressing, it's an amazing flavor.
What's next?
What's next? We've got some sauerkraut. This basically is nothing more than cabbage chopped up and weighed, and you add 2% salt. And then you put it in a jar and you leave it for a week. That 2% salt changes the environment so much that you then get exactly the right microbes leaking out of the cabbage. They eat the sugar that's been leaking out because the salt has released it from the cabbage, and the flavors are amazing, and you get all the acidity, and it's perfectly safe because they've made it so acid, no bugs that you don't want in there will live.
All right, I'm going to try Tim's sauerkraut. Smells like sauerkraut.
And there are two types of sauerkraut. Obviously, the one with vinegar, which is the common cheap one, which doesn't have anything like the flavor and complexity.
Oh, it's delicious.
Yeah, there you go.
So I've now had 2 ferments in
anyone can
2
make.
minutes.
But anyone can make. I mean, that's the key. So they're the 2 ones that are so easy. Chop a cabbage and you've got to be able to weigh it. That's about the 2 skills you need. This one is slightly more advanced. This is my blob.
And if you're not watching this on YouTube, it looks disgusting. And Tim is now reaching into what looks a bit like
I won't get you to eat
tea
this,
water,
Jonathan.
and pulling out something that looks a bit like a bit of a squid or an octopus or something. What is that?
It is called a jellyfish in some countries, Russian jellyfish or Japanese jellyfish. This is a SCOBY, which is a kombucha mother. Okay, so this is made by the microbes. It's like a shell they produce themselves. So there's about 50 different microbes in here.
Living inside that sort of jellyfish thing.
Yeah, they live inside there and they produce it for themselves. It's like a little protective shell that they live in. So this allows them to live for years. I've had this for about 10 years. This one, it has babies and I give it to special friends.
I'd note that I've never been a special enough friend to get given your baby SCOBY, but on the other hand, it looks disgusting.
It looks disgusting, but when you add it to sugary tea, so you make a big pot of sugary tea, you just add that to it, leave it for a week, you will get kombucha and a completely different flavor. And again, once you've got this sorted out, it is actually much easier than it looks.
And that goes from sugary tea, and we know anything that's just like full of sugar is not healthy for you, to kombucha,
which is a sour, complex. Some say it's the closest you can get to beer.
And it's good for me.
And it's very good for you. Yes, it's lots of studies show it reduces blood pressure, helps your blood sugar level, all kinds of benefits. So again, having this in the house, drinks of kombucha, but buy it in the stores first to see if what it should taste like. But you can. This is incredibly cheap and easy to make.
And so that, I guess, is a brilliant example of like the magic of these bacteria moving something really terrible like water and sugar on one hand into something that suddenly is actually healthy for me.
And it actually produces a bit of alcohol as well, usually below 1%, so you can't feel it. But it's just giving you an idea of what these microbes are doing. There's yeast in there, and they make CO2 and alcohol.
So it's very complicated.
And finally, your advanced lesson, Jonathan. So this is miso.
I was going to say something that looks even more disgusting than the kombucha. All right, so I'm looking at it, and it's a sort of brown paste. If anyone has had a small child who maybe ate their food and then regurgitated it, I'd say it looks a bit like that, Tim. It's not the most appetizing thing. What have I got in front of me?
What you've got is fermented soybeans mixed with koji fungus, okay, and salt.
So I've got fungus, fermented soybeans, and salt.
So basically, I boiled up a whole bag of soybeans for 4 hours, and then I got some koji fungus, which is coated on white rice from the internet, mixed them together, added a whole load of salt, and put it in a jar, pressed down, left it for 3 months. So this is more professional than. All
right.
It's definitely different to the garlic and the honey. It took me a while to pluck up the courage to do this, but I was so into my miso. I was spending a fair bit at the store on miso. I thought, I can do this myself. And actually, it's really easy to do if you just know the essentials and you've done a bit of fermenting first. So the incredible taste of that compared to just a boiled soybean is amazing. So I want you to just dip your little finger in there.
All right, and this is a jar full of fungus, but Professor and Dr. Tim Spector says it's safe and I can try it.
Yes, you can.
All right.
This is what you should be using instead of your stock cube.
Smells good, actually. Tastes pretty great.
It does, and it just shows you. And if you just had boiled soybeans, they are virtually inedible. And so this just shows you how the microbes and the salt and the fungus in the right conditions just given time will convert this into an absolutely delicious dish.
And there's definitely like a layer that tastes a bit like soy sauce within this.
Yeah, it's the same basic principle. So there you have it. That's from the easiest to perhaps one of the more complex ones that you need 3 or 6 months to make. But you've now got all the tools you need, Jonathan.
At ZOE, we know small changes can create big results. Subscribing to this channel is one such change. It helps us reach more people and lets us bring you more of the latest science on health and nutrition. So if this video has given you something useful, subscribing is the easiest way for you to give us a little back.